from the Sun Library. Eating a sandwich that we got a lot of Catholic charities. Oh, la lista me romi me tratando de rolar society. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. Like that's in the way of me receiving money. That stays in my home without my permission steals my vehicles. I've heard that they I'm so desirable. That they go through right lands and they have been warned like theft is one thing, but having her get a free meal because she has no money, you're just boosting her self esteem and you don't even know in how many ways. Her confidence stays the same. They think that I'm gonna leave the internet because I lost that one. I'm trying the FBI on this post. NATO, the Interpol, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the Justice Department in the United States. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and his sons that have raped me and steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. I have no interest in them in my life. Ever. Tipo, fuerte con la basura. Ew, 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 ew. Never forget a person in my environment at the moment. And staying at the same level. You can decapitate everyone. Stays in my homes without my permission. That steals my vehicles. Everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money around that steals my money. It's April 14th, 2025. What else? I'm just a girl in an orgy and he wants to kill me. He's after my generational wealth. He's my second cousin. Ew. Other people don't puerco. Una basura. He steals my money and then starves me on purpose. He's been terrorizing my parents for more than 30 years. He just recently killed my mother. Y es una basura, no entiende el concepto de familia, no entiende el concepto de comunidad. Es como un menorito que salió de diapers ayer o ahorita. No, 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 no. Might as well tener los pantalones hasta para arriba, no word on his face. With how gross they are. For real. And people think that I'm gonna be behind the scenes fighting for the dick. That doesn't mean anything to me. Eso sería como un perro suave, güey. And I fucking, yeah. Was I live living? I was on my phone, I think. Helping with having showers and launching on the floor. What? Yeah, and I was just very funny for fun and social media. No, nadie con quien volver. Jamás alguien preguntó. Yeah. You guys are trying to figure out maybe try to send the songs that I write me and steal my money and then know I'm receiving money. I just for myself to have more money or a home or a vehicle. He's so dumb. He thinks that I need to be proud publicly of how poor I am. That's why my dad decades ago said to me, "Oh, you know how to back more. Pero don't you dare hold back. Ahorita con una juntilla. Oh, tampoco una juntilla. Wow. Okay, my siblings are terrible for doing, and I'm a good person. Que then no te dejan hablar bien y tú no digas que tú tienes hambre o tienes dinero porque él es un terrorista. Bueno, no tengo que dar explicación, gente. There's two issues going on here. I have a GoFundMe campaign going on, and I'm seeking the death penalty. Not to my liking, but publicly. For the people that steal from me, for the people that stay in my home without my permission, for the people that steal my vehicle, for the people that didn't know it, me reciben. Se cree que me están dando una mediación pública de yo explicar porque no tengo dinero. El tipo es un bruto, una asquerosidad. I don't ever want that near me. Si quiero un hombre, no lo es. When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people ideally for reimbursement. I'm excited about that. What else? 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 Otra más que se lo metió a él pensando en mí. So, alright, baby. So, maybe. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. This the library in Puerto Rico. You can decapitate the whole use for the solution that right you still and get the university. It's April 14, 2025. I wonder what I'll do on August 1st, 2025. Kailangan ito. El tipo es un puerco que está tratando de tirar un peo por mí literalmente. Is he trying to celebrate Kehlani's and Jada's birthday pretending to be me? Porque I heard that the interchange road. Que no le pagan a la gente que se haga pasar por mí. And that they get paid to pretend to be me. Yeah. No quiero ser. What else? What else? What else? More. Sending my girlfriend to the phone. understand. What we do. I understand. I definitely because I'm like, this is why life is so important. People say, porque they gaslight people. So I don't know. Ele será, porque banco será, porque todo. Eso se dedica a mí, yo salieron de life what, this morning, y ya. Yeah, fuck, yeah. Yeah. If you have a home that's at least 35,000 square feet, who pretends to know how to behave. His words, not mine. El tipo un cuero asqueroso. El tipo un cuero asqueroso. And they read this and they don't get it. They're so dumb. They're stupid. They're stupid. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. Hmm, whatever. Honestly, yes, it's a pene. I didn't even know that was a concept. And I don't know. Son tan puercos, una asquerosidad. Oh, una vergüenza. I thought I was having second cousins. You know, it turned out it was a leech. Oh, third. So don't waste my time just sending my girlfriend my girlfriend for if my bank account gets closed. That's all I have right now. I'm probably gonna end this post later. And then I also have one second. I think I'm gonna go to the phone. Yeah, she thought that I would go on to find out what is it that they will do with money that they steal from me. She wanted it to be a photo for me to switch Jaden's money that my pictures of the Simpsons for like a spread of all the leeches that steal from me in swimsuits. Ew, ew. He named the poor Khaleesi and talk to them. Doesn't mean that I don't remember how gross they are. And so I don't socialize with them. I don't want that as a plus one. Yeah. Ew, 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 ew. I don't ever want that as a plus one. Es un jíbaro asqueroso. Oh, 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 oh. An embarrassment, like, you can decapitate my having Paris of sons that rape me. That's the only money I'm gonna know I'm gonna shame money. Holding on, money on today now, money. Those beaches we have like days that they're taken off for so long. Ew. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. Do I eat these right now? So I won't die, but I'm starving. And I don't have electricity in my apartment and I want to cook. You can decapitate Igor Munoz Carrero, first team in Jaden Synchronized child support menu. It's April 14, 2025. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I was shopping. Maybe I cook for myself. He visited me last year and he drew all my painted. I'm just ignoring it. I smiled because for like what years at a time I measured with a book making soup for myself. And I never called my mother to ask her. What else? What else? To 2.5 cups of water. I add a potato. A roasted potato sometimes I'll have cold quite well. Roasted potato. I can't remember. And what is it? Carrots. I think I added sweet potatoes to this. Cilantro, sazon, salt, and then I let simmer for about 30 minutes. Usually, if I cook vegetables like this and it costs like 7 minutes frying. The 30-minute mark. When cooked, I add avocado. And for myself, I don't know what show is. Not anything. Dai un tempo, proprio isso. He thinks my brain is stuck in being too. Because that's when we met in Memorial the last time that I also got sex with him. So he hates terrorist, juvenile, childish, toddlerish. Kill him. That's a cover up to make me feel bad. He's trying to kill me, trying to steal my generation wealth. He has to know what a woman is. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. What do I want to cook for myself? Possibly. What else? I need pizza. We're able to grocery. I thought I would do that today. However, I don't have money in on period. Menstrual period. You can accommodate everyone that steals my money and I cook for myself. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I want to read in my apartment. There's no electricity anymore. What else? What else? What else? What else? I need money for menstrual cost. Let's see the dish that I like. I don't like food waste. Have you noticed that? It was at the Salvation Army today and they wanted to give you or have me sign up for a bag of food that I could take to her apartment. I saw lots of cereal. It was a bunch of berries. So, like, I don't want them. What else? What else? What else? What else? I love cooking for myself. And I miss reading in my apartment. I miss painting in my apartment. I want to shop at HAB today. I don't want to shop at H&M today. So there I'm like in like first day of my period, so unless I had to, I would purchase these stupid. What else? 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 Downtown, like whatever, and cook those noodles. What else? More mashed potatoes. I love soup. Yeah, I shop at each. Trader Joe's. What else? What else? What else? You did the counting. Richie Hill that raped me in 2025. Then he's raping on equal. Usually they do they starve one, they get one evicted, and they're like the daughter has to be a bitch. Porque with mommy fighting her for her kids still, it's April 14th, 2025. They're like, wow, that girl must be amazing. Did they rape your mommy? Did they rape them? Sure. You can decapitate Richie Hill, you can decapitate how many persons assume that rape is stealing money when the women say money. That's how they terrorize them with their hint to beware. Beware of why they show up. There's usually more going on behind the scenes. That's why I don't talk to anyone. That's why I don't talk to anyone. Them down masco. Down masco. These bitches have been laughing at me where someone that is obsessed over me after an orgy that I attended when I was 13. Yeah, de grupero en su grupero, ¿no? Ew. Yeah, yeah. How is it not them? For real. And I'm waiting to receive money. Us laughing at them. Oh, and I'm not that pissed. Right? Like, but you must have this evidence. And they're like, we have it. Your calls were public. And I'm like, you possibly sent files and screenshots of this as it was going on. Here are my wishes. One more request. Anyways, I have some money. So that, mm, I know it's so hard. Those awesome that I'm just as grateful for them when I pay for them myself. When it's food stamps or it's a gift. It tastes the same every single time. Yeah, I'm hopeful to get them first time. That's what ties together. We don't want to do each other all the time. They're about something what I'm gonna pick. I miss it. I miss Leone. Qué tipa tan bruta. If anything, if she doesn't get the death penalty, como que uno no debe aceptar donaciones de dinero. La tipa bestia, gente, ella está en droga. Y eso dice la gente que I don't know how to recognize it. She acts like she's dozed off sometimes. Possibly. Es like, ¿cómo puede ser tan bruta? Es like, I don't know. Yeah, she's so long. Possibly on alcohol. Because for no good reason, for no medical reason. Yeah, todavía. Ew. Deja creer que yo le tengo un día a ella. Sí, eso parece que todavía anda en pañales y no maduró como hombre. Eso no se le tiene envidia nunca. O no me digas que otro. Con esta foto me lleva al Gran Caimán. That dumb. That dumb. For real. That dumb. Entonces está la lista, están brincando encima como un trampolín diciendo llévame, llévame, ya me llevó. Porque I'm not his goal. He's a sex addict. So if he does shit like that, possibly if that's him attracting anyone. It's called clickbait for a reason. It doesn't have to be you. He's been like raping people for more than 30 years or 20,000. Yeah. Oh, how would it be that? Necessary is probably. By myself, yo sé llevarme a los sitios, yo no necesito un modelo al lado. Phone. Así se vende él. Granjero turn BMW Star. There's so many like that. They're also worth it. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. ¿Cuántas veces am I mentioned there? He wronged Nuremberg. Does nothing for theft and rape victims. Oh, this door. Who said that it was all bad things? Well, la fuente esa. What else? Look so cute. I'm just skimming through this, but apparently that was the remodel. I'm not cute if it was. That's cute. La concha, porque ya todos me la vieron. Quiero que no quisieran ver una behind the scenes. Tiene que ese comentario que no se te olvide la concha, que no se te olvide la concha. Porque they steal my money, they get in the way of me receiving money, they follow patterns of how extremely abused women that end up marrying someone in the military end up with nothing. Terrorized like everyone else to not give me any money so I can be away from him. He's trying to rape me still and he's dead. I hope he's dead. So my dad was like, whoa, mientras tú estás teniendo más potatoes. Look at my ducks just like they give me my private plane budget from Big One. Not knowing how I was gonna turn out. Hoping that I would hurt him with my own private plane. Based on how everyone in the community that I grew up in, for the most part, behaves so gross in my siblings. So my dad would joke and be like, "Well, while you're feeding your kids, possibly without Chef Boyardee." Like I would be like, "Chef Boyardee, Chef, you sandwich." And he reads my body language and gets it right for the most part because he's patient. He's like, "I'm waiting for your not my tone moment." Or for you to roll your eyes like I wouldn't do that. So he's like, really? Okay, so you're gonna be cooking mashed potatoes for your kids. Yeah, I got one. It looks something. Not my idea. Looking at your vagina picture, what about so it looks so cute. Share que la gente debió estar la concha privately. Pero privately, if I have this conversation, I would kill myself if my siblings accept that they see that flaw or other people if anyways, the mention there again. No, I'm like, I'm where was Ron Nuremberg? there was a pero there. I'm still there. What else? What else? What else? What else? What is free? Oh, I thought it was like a good event that I would be interested in. Free is good sometimes. Free is good sometimes. Oh, free theme shows next week. What else? 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 What else is it's not enough? What is the counting where dating honestly count? And so what's the count? Classical. So it's classical college. I've always called it part one. Classical college. And so I asked him, so do you so he's like, well, I love those kids. Like, do you have good grades in your classes? And he says, yeah. He's also working a part-time job, leaving my careers because he misses me. Because we could be at the pool or reading during that time. What else? 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 ¿Cuántas veces se burlaron de ella y lo violaron? Antes solo vieron pedir mi mano bien. Yeah. Just that girl that was at an orgy when I was 3. And he wants me dead regardless because of the relative. He wants my generational wealth. And ideally, in like some years before that will feel like before my birth when everyone was like scary as fuck. I don't want that near me ever. Gonna take Jaden there. Well, whatever. Whatever the others were from. Oh, Navy has something cutish that could work, but not exactly. Cubavera.com. There's a store that possibly carries them. They think that I suffer truly from Alzheimer's or such extreme abuse that I would be like, these are people that I've met decades ago that have no significance in my life. And they want me to be like, so here's a picture of them at Guayabera Fest in 2013. Gente. Yo no soy el page 6 de esa gente. Fool. I have a life to live. I have a life to live. I have a life to live. Y es una vergüenza tratando de cogerme prisionera. Establish lies to people and says that it's married to me when it isn't. Ew. Y como un cuerpo, él no sabe lo que es la energía y no como que enamorarse de alguien y no pursue that any further. Ew. Él no se puede imaginar que yo soy la madre patria España y nunca pensó en mí. corazón. No, no, no. Those are so much fun to read about. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? When I was smaller, qué gente tan puerca, gente, qué gente tan puerca. So, just like her, just like her. For real. That's embarrassing that he told people about me. Yeah. Yeah. That's embarrassing that he told people about me. So, una gente tan puerca, una asquerosidad. Yeah. Yeah. I want my money back. The relationship materialized for him because he raped me. He stole my money. He has no chance at taking me ever, not even a cooking in the parking lot. He went on to date people then rape me in my bedroom, which makes him a terrorist, telling me what he was doing with people in dates. El tipo es un puerco, una basura. El tipo es una basura, una asquerosidad. I don't ever want him near me. I don't ever want him near me. You can decapitate him as with a sort of sunset rate me as down in money and get with mercy. It's April 14th, 2025, and I'm on my birthday. He doesn't even know what a fuck buddy is. Ew, 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 ew. He terrorizes me and steals my money trying to kill me so that his significant other doesn't feel bad if they ever find out that he's had sex with me. It's like she truly didn't mean anything. Yeah, 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 yeah. He's a murderer, thief, and rapist. Kill him now. What else? You can make help with that. They do it. It's not death. That feels for me that is they don't want to follow his own paper. I mean, she didn't give me attention to my dick. So now we have a group chat of other people that hate her. So they still attend orgies and end up killing the people that don't want to date them afterwards. Yeah, disgusting. They're disgusting. Orgies are a commitment for life. Ew, 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 ew. menstrual period. Head over to CVS later. Possibly, but I think they're cheaper and cheaper. And I only have like $8. I asked two people as I was walking for money for food, and they said no. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Anyways, I'm sending like a funny campaign to people through Instagram. What else? Where do I read together? What delivers? You can accommodate us if you go down. Oh, he wants to scream. Despacito. Porque mientras yo estaba en Aruba, Zuleika Rivera no brincó en ese pene. El tipo, cuando digo que el tipo es un puerco marrano asqueroso, peor que la basura. You can decapitate Zuleika Rivera. She stays in my homes without my permission. She steals my vehicles. If she steals my money and gets in the way of me receiving money, you can decapitate me from his water sources and rape me to steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. It's April 14, 2025, and decapitate me. You can decapitate Sarah Francis. Who charges dogs? Oh no, that's terrible. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I want chips. I want chips. And I don't need chips. Oh, I have chips. And bread. 25 cents won't be deposited until the 25th. That's a long way. What else? 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 You can decapitate Benjamin's hardest son, sons and rape me, steal my money, and get in the way of music. You can decapitate Berenice the Bananas. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? El tipo como puerco. El tipo como puerco basura. Congratulations to Ginny Jandalidis, Lorenzo Suarez, and Benjamin Suarez, Lorenzo's sons. On the arranged marriage decades ago, gente, decades ago. Qué asco, esa Lich no sabe ni lo que es ser mujer, gente. Y una terrorista asquerosa. And these leeches stalk me, still trying to rape me. Ew, 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 ew. You can decapitate Ginny Gendalides, Jendi Lorenzo Suarez. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and his sons. Then rape me, to steal my money, and get in the way of me saying so uno puerco. Yeah. No, yeah, what's on the fajita? Eggplants of fajita plate comes in with steak chicken or both. Like the chicken there. Rice, beans, guacamole. That's for the guacamole on this side, for the guac on this side, for the veggies, cheese, cheddar lettuce, sour cream. And it's the side for the and there's tortillas. Also, the corn doesn't really have those in the one. What else? Where I was listening to this singing song I think on me. Well, she would hang on to the back of her car. Oh my god! And there was a window behind the car. So she would just be looking out. Oh, Jaden was like around the train table or just jumping and dancing. And I'm just like, whatever. Whatever. There's no other place when they're that age. There's no other nightclub people say, so I haven't missed out anything other than the money that they steal from me on property. But when it comes to experiences, Jaden was came with maybe a year, over a year old, and Jaden was like 5 years old. There's no other nightclub when they're that age. After that, there was Putumayo. What else? During nap time, so I wasn't always hyped up. What else? What else? What else? Oh, and I was emotionally prepared to receive my money, my property back for the news that they committed assisted suicide in Switzerland. All of that. Worst nightmare that they already knew the neighbors or befriended them, and everything that I give away with every move they collected. They have a museum of all my kids' little baby clothes. Gave away mostly because they were mementos and I didn't have where to store them, but also because I could have done a lot with it. That picture with all the Disney characters, you could have kept them wearing if I had just cut around that Or some people add like this actual little t-shirt onto a larger t-shirt. And they keep wearing it clean and it's cute. As long as it's not like Disney obsession or something. It's just girls. Souvenir. What else? So that's my biggest nightmare at the moment. That these leeches went on to find out everything that I gave away and have a shrine of like everything that belongs to me. Jada and Kailani full. Ew, ew, ew. I'm just that girl. I don't know where she was three that they obsessed over full and they want to kill over generational world because they're my second cousins. They're disgusting. I don't want that near me ever. I'm bored. I'm gonna put some library. I'm ready for food. Target delivered your coffee. Ooh, where would I get coffee? If I type coffee, it's not a category song. Bubble tea is others. And smoothies. There's Starbucks, Commonwealth, Bakery Lorraine. I think I'm gonna go back there. Don't want their coffee that one day. The food is really good. Burger. BJ's restaurant. So literally Starbucks. And every time we first something more local, it's still local because of people out of the city of the province. Some people say, how's the Seattle coffee? What else? What else? What else? What else? More. Zero people watching one that's like this post. Have I received money today? In person. Cool PayPal. It's AR plus 5 plus 9 signs plus 7 plus 3 tomorrow. 11 store. Shop INTAY. I'm sorry. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/s/Arlene dash Lorenzo dash S11. So my electricity was past due and what my electricity has been shut off for 100 days. Longer than a week. And I keep showing up so they can end up killing themselves, say, possibly before they get the death penalty assigned to them. If it hasn't been already been assigned to them. Fucking one of them scream at me that what I need to do is hide in my apartment. Then they'll possibly try again to steal my money so that I don't have electricity in my home, so that I stay in my apartment and I starve there. So some people are shocked, possibly, I've heard this before about other people later about myself, that I keep pushing. So it's like, wow, you truly did nothing wrong here and they don't know the capacity, no mejoran nunca. Ew. Ew, 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 ew. When was my electricity? Costume doesn't have to be necessarily the first screenshot that I took. Look at this. Oh, I didn't ask. There are Catholic charities if they help the cost too. So March 17th, oh, almost a month without electricity. Ew, pero peleando por qué? Ew. Si yo ni quiero ver ese pene nunca. Ew. 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 Fu, fu, fu. Qué gente puerca. Ew. 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 So imagine if work and this is your favorite water to drink in. And there's these strangers. Take it away. And for 30 years, behind the scenes, or she's looking for him, but she can't. I'm headed over to the water fountain. Then how many things? September, November. You can decapitated everyone that steals my money, that stays in my homes without my permission, that steals my vehicles, I get to love him every single one of you. You can decapitate renegade person. You can decapitate and have intelligence of the sun without rape of money and 5%. That's 14, 2023. And the person how many of them have So I'm going to hang out where did my daughter go? All these years, that's not it. Pero so I go finish speaking of the that those lectures claim to have stolen from me. You don't even know where what is así que ya hacen dinero. Pero no esto son una basura. Cuando yo digo que esos tipos son más pobres, son unos huecos, una asquerosidad. Eh, What else do I want? From Starbucks. Maybe a brownie. But I don't like me. Yeah, cheese and bread. Protein box. It's so good. After my movie. Away from home. what type. They were hoping that the electricity in my apartment has been shut off. They would say, "Oh, happy with just getting moving for a day. If I can survive on that, just keep the car full of money and keep trying to kidnap me and make me um, not these things on. No, 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 no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What? I'm seeking the death penalty for everyone that steals from me. And then it's the way of mercy. Everyone that stays at my home without my permission. Everyone that steals my vehicles. It's April 14th. Yeah, yeah, that's how I realized I was killed. Someone already there in the article. They were there behind the scenes and the corner so to parecer con eso. Y yo que había averiguado that they were possibly there behind the scenes talking to them. I don't want to come. What else? 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 An introduction that they made to me. That is they moved her into my home. They give her my vehicles. They're disgusting. And work aside from me needing money for food and to sustain myself and food, which is very depressing. Is that they're that dumb? Yeah. Let me tell you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Because sometimes I've had that dish. Or I was like, I have a bite of love. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? They're stupid. Ew. They never stop. They're gross. They're gross. And then I don't make period to the one. It's here. Oh, I don't know how old look in London. My here. What else? 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 They were there the entire time. Is that thing behind the scenes for the comment from this post? Oh, every people who literally no sabe que no recycled shit say es una bruta asquerosa, una puerca cochina. Ew, ew, ew. ¿Cómo este tipo no sabe lo que es una mujer, lo que es un hombre? Ew. save here. Coming over to coffee from Starbucks and el tipo es un público. Oh, eso se llama Youth Who's Stealing Money from Me and Confessed to It in 2020. Look at they don't realize they usually get the tax door or excuse, thinking that they don't look guilty and that's when they make me feel it's so embarrassing. It's like, ew. No one think that this is my relatives or relatives because I don't know this person. Ew, 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 ew. Tipo un puerco, no basura. In the meantime, I gotta get my friends. So, get one car. You can make her the same way when you get the bill. In the meantime, something. No, she killed thousands of people on 9/11, 2001. And I only bring it up right now porque I'm telling Daphne I discuss I'm talking about the subject. Otherwise, I don't. I am a victim of human trafficking. El tipo es un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad y el que te cambia te ve a mí sobre su rape me this young and you get years. Es una vergüenza ese tipo. Oh, qué tipo tan fuerte. Those are fun. Those are fun. Those are freaking. I want that vehicle. What else? 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 Lord. Anyways, gente cambió la foto que llaman. Cambió la foto. Así se ve con 7 years. Oh wow, like for real, pick a like in Barbie mode y él te viola. Todavía no haga eso. Y like all of ew, fuck, gente tan puerca. Ew, ew, ew. What else? What else? That's not my. Okay. What else? 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 Esa tipa más ridícula no puede caer. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decap everyone that stays in my homes without my permission, everyone that steals my vehicles, everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money, everyone that steals my money. So relatable. What else? What else? What else? That's where I want to be at this summer. I guess so. What else? What else? What else? Everything. Water. What else? What else? What else? What was I doing here? check Target. I wasted bikini or one piece or bikini. What else is Where's that from? That's cute from Harry. Oh, that's really cute. I like that one from Alvin Fit. What else? That's cute. That's cute. Amazon maybe has a few ones. That looks cute. Relatable. So I just did that one from J. Crew. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? There. All the circles are pretty. How what else? Oh, samurai para yo recuerdo la cabello. That's lovely. Adding that on Facebook. It's like, are you there with my money? Insane. Like, you know, the open, you know, ¿cómo se llamará él para yo reportarlo de que tuve mucho dinero? Pero people have strikes and activity. We can attempt to fight. 100 persons, the sons of Ricky, doing the nigga away music. It's April 14th, 2025. They keep on calling us on. They stole my money today and they would rape me in my bedroom. And then they had been with people possibly mocking me. That because I didn't attend those orgies where people get raped, that he had gotten his penis in me. Mientras otra se lo mamaba en su casa. After he had put it in. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez of the sons that rape me and steal my money and put me to save you can decapitate Margarita. So I tell you, I'm eating like horrible. And Suarez lost it. I'm gonna have to take another snow. I don't even una puerta, una basura. Oh, what else? What else? What else? What else? Maybe for this one who was around showing it from my last himself and so then what else? What else? What else? What else? You can become the San Francisco steal my identity. I think only for you can become the casino or San Francisco. You can become the they steal my money, facilitating and stealing Rivera sexual harassing me, trying to get me to kill myself. This is a spouse, this is a second cousin, this is an acknowledge. You can decapitate him with hundreds of sons and weakness and money and get in the way of embarrassing money. You can decapitate his Rivera. You can decapitate the Senor Javier Lorenzo. You can decapitate Tina Barnes. You can decapitate Cara Cristina, whatever her last name is. You can decapitate Cara Cristina, whatever her last name is. El tipo es un bruto, un puerco, una cabecita, no. You can decapitate my homie and sort of sons, rape me and steal my money and get in the way of me or save money. That's April 14th, 2024. El tipo es un puerco, una basura. You can decapitate whoever sent me this message as long as it's not Jaden King wanting terrorizing me. My family of origin sometimes causes kids to do that to their mothers to separate kids from their mothers. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Pretty from Zara. So relatable too. What else? Six women. Just said that. Which one's the beach? It is the woman. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Leash or no leash? I need to find out. I don't like her in case he wants to know. I'm not even sexually attracted to him. So why would I even want to know and see who he's attracted to? I was getting some road signs with them. I'm not even attracted to him. He's disgusting to me. To myself, bien sexy y alguien tirándose un peo en la cara. Y él sería literalmente un peo que se llega alguien y dice, ¿qué? What else? What else? What else? What? Anyways, el tipo es un puerco, una basura, una atrocidad. Yo no quiero eso ni en mi ever. Four, 14. How many screenshots did I take Sorry. Oh, I took me over. You can look up what they do with this with the raped me in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. They're trying to get me attached to one of their dicks so I can report them to the police. And people who know us so well are the worst ever. The worst. No potential, no talent. Yeah. I want to shop at H&M today. I want to cook for myself. I haven't had a picture from my apartment for a month almost. You see this in the way of one's private part, someone who says no te lo pueden defender. I know some people might say that for self-defense they just need to go for the kill. Or say that. You need to make sure to stay there. Like you can just be a staff, but they may survive. So there's people who love but they don't have the immunity to kill. They have these defense systems that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of your ceremony. What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate everyone else caused my eviction, my poverty, my anxiety, my depression.